Alright, y'all, let's talk about it. The Erykah Badu versus Jill Scott versus battle. Y'all ready? It's lit.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no.
Good, y'all, it's your boy Bright here, the R&B kid. I'm back in with another video for y'all. Like I said on today's video, I know this video is mad late, y'all, but I wanted to get it done regardless. I wanted to talk about the Erykah Badu and Jill Scott versus battle that went down last weekend. It happened on May 9th, the night before Mother's Day. So shout out to my mom, shout out to all the mothers out there. Hope everyone had a beautiful Mother's Day last weekend. And I know this is a hard holiday for anybody who recently lost their mother, or someone who was like a mother to them. So I'm with all those people who have lost mothers recently or lost people like that in their life. I'm a hardest with y'all, and I'm sending good vibes and good love to y'all. But I hope everyone did have a great Mother's Day. How y'all doing in quarantine? I think quarantine, we're looking like we're on the verge of kind of being out of it. I know a lot of states are already opening up, but I'm a wary person. Just being public health centered, like I'm very wary. But I hope you guys are doing okay in quarantine. Hope y'all are doing well, taking care of yourselves, staying happy, staying healthy, staying sane. Do what you gotta do to make yourself happy, y'all. But yeah, man, so let's get into this Erykah Badu and Jill Scott battle, y'all. When I tell y'all know I'm the R&B kid, so I was hyped as hell when this was announced. I was so excited for it. I thought it was a perfect matchup because I feel like Jill Scott and Erykah Badu have been around. Erykah Badu came out 3 years earlier than Jill Scott did, and that makes a difference. But they both came out around the same time, that late 90s to early 2000s, and they both dominated around the same time, which is from that late 90s to early 2000s era, early to mid 2000s. And they both really have given us a lot of the same type of like vibe and energy throughout their careers, for all of us who love like R&B, neo soul music. So they both have been two of the architects and two of the queens in their respective lanes. So I just love that they made this matchup happen. I think it was perfect. Shout out to Swizz Beatz and Timbaland with all these versus battles. Nelly and Ludacris is happening tomorrow. I'm excited for that. So hopefully I'll get a review done for that. But yeah, man, I was so hyped for this battle. I felt like it was perfectly matched up. And first of all, I just want to say to anybody who, I feel like they were mad people that just thought Erykah Badu was gonna like blow Jill Scott the water, and I have beef with all y'all because like I kind of thought there was a great chance that Erykah Badu would take it, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But at the end of the day, like a lot of y'all were really playing Jill Scott. Like Jill Scott don't have bangers like for days. Like I have beef with anybody who really thought that Jill Scott wouldn't be like a, like she wouldn't have a chance to win. I have no problem if you thought Erykah would win, but I have a problem with people who thought it was gonna be like a blow up at Erykah. Like nah, like Jill Scott has joints out here, like, and she's been doing it almost just as long as Erykah. And she, I feel like to me, I look at both of them as like queens in the R&B field. So it's like, I thought it was a great matchup, and I have an issue with people who just thought it was gonna be a blowout. Like I never thought it was gonna be a blowout. I thought it was gonna be a great battle, definitely not a blowout, because they both have amazing records. Between both of them, they both have amazing records. So, and can we just talk about how when I logged into that live Saturday night, at one point Erykah and Jill had over like 700, like I think they had over 750 people at one point, if not at least over 700,000 people in that live. And I was just like, oh my god, I was so proud of them. I was like, yo, Erykah Badu, just like y'all really brought out 700,000 people to come check y'all out. Like, ain't that something? We're in a time right now where I feel like R&B is just not getting the love it deserves, and to see these queens pull 700,000 people on this live, I mean, we all at home, so we ain't got nothing to do, but still, like, that's freaking amazing, man. So shout out to that historic achievement. They even had, and everybody in Mama was up in it too. They had, they had Michelle Obama in there too. They shouted out Michelle Obama. I was like, man, like, come on. Like, that's amazing. To have like Michelle Obama just chilling out on your live, man, that's amazing, man. And I also loved about the versus battle how they were in their bag with like, I feel like they had a great diversity of pulling out like the best of their deep cuts, but also having like fan favorites too, and also like really showing us the hits. Like they had, between both of them, they really had a great diverse palette of like their deep cuts and hits as well, and like stuff that like a lot of people would be surprised that they pull out too. I loved it. Like they both really had a good diverse set of songs, even though I feel like they were both missing some cool songs, and I'll talk about that later. Man, low-key, I was just bopping and vibing along the whole time. I enjoyed myself the whole time. I think they started at like 7 o'clock, I think, or 8. I think they had started at 7. I think they ended at like 10 or 11, I think. I was just vibing, bopping my head, soaking up the amazing conversation that they were having the whole time, and I just had a smile on my face the entire time. I was just so happy. Like, can we talk about like the vibes and the energy that Jill Scott and Erykah Badu brought? Like, Jill Scott with her beautiful radiance, and then Erykah Badu with like her wisdom and like her, you know, her quirky energy that just always gets us right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was such, like, I didn't have no sage ready. I didn't have no sage. I couldn't really have my herbal essence the way I wanted it to at first. that's a long story. But like, I was so happy, like, by the vibes that Erykah and Jill brought, man. Like, my soul was full the entire time. I was like, this is exactly what we all needed during quarantine. Like, we needed it, and I feel like it came at the perfect time. Shout out to Erykah Badu and Jill Scott for giving us this battle at the perfect time with these amazing records. And I loved how it was like they were battling, they had that tension, but it was still like they were both like bigging each other up, and it was still love and just good energy the whole time. It was what we all needed, man. I swear to God. And I also thought it was cool how like Erykah, like, I think at first Erykah played her songs way longer, but like from the middle towards the end, Erykah would only play like she would do like a quick like sample of her song and then end it off, and then Jill would play her song, but like Jill would like let her song like marinate and like play out a little bit longer. And I thought about it, I was like, damn, this is kind of like not really fair. But then I thought about it, I was like, no, actually it's fitting. Like, it feels completely right. Like, it feels right that Erykah Badu would be the person that would just like give you like 30 to 40 seconds of her song, and then Jill going like, give you like a longer vibe. Because that, to me, that's like how I feel about both the catalogs. Like, Erykah Badu is the one who I go to if I want to, like, Erykah Badu to me gives you more of like the quick, like, in your face message, like in your face song that just kind of like makes you think about something. Whereas Jill gives you more of like the slow burn, simmering, it takes more time to get into type of track. So I felt like it was fitting how they both took that approach. And I thought, I didn't think it was unfair at all. I thought it was cool how Erykah would like, be mad quick with her song, and then be like, okay, Jill, you got it now. And Jill would like play her song for like way longer, but it felt right. Like, I felt like no one complained about it. It felt right. So shout out to them for like knowing how to like both like do the battle in that sense. It was so dope. And I really had to go back and forth, not back and forth, I really had to go back and review. I really did. I think on Mother's Day, I really went back and I reviewed all the songs they played, because so many rounds were so good and they were so close, and it was so hard to call, that I had to go back and I reviewed every single one of these songs just to like make sure I felt right about my choice as to who won that round. But it really shows you that the interesting thing about this versus battle is it's not even, I don't even think it's about the 20 songs that you pick. A lot of times it's really about the choice you make when you make it. Like your response to somebody's song. Like, if someone plays like one of their best songs, like, are you gonna play one of your best songs too, or are you gonna take the risk of playing a song that's like not one of your most well-known or biggest songs, but you think might be a better choice to like take that song out? Like, it really is all about being smart about when you pull certain songs out. So I think that's like the beauty of the versus battle. It's not just about the 20 songs you pick, it's about when you play them and how you play them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of it. And I think they did such a good job of really balancing songs between every round, that there were so many rounds, like compared to Teddy Riley and Babyface. You can go check out that review. I think I did it last week. Compared to Teddy Riley and Babyface, like, who I thought they had way more rounds where to me it was clear who won that round. These ladies gave me like at least 10 rounds where I was like, okay, I don't know who won that round, because I love both of these songs and I don't know who won it. Like, there were so many rounds where I was like, yo, like, so I had to run every song back and really like make my decision, like, by just hearing the songs and really making that choice for myself. You know what I'm saying? So I had to talk about that real quick. Yeah, man, before I go into each round, like, the last thing I want to say, like I was just alluding to, is how I really appreciate the sequencing and the progression and builds to the finale that both ladies had. I feel like both ladies, like, really, like, from the concept of the songs to the way they were conversating back and forth, like, the sequencing of each of their songs was so perfect, and the way they build up to the finale with their conversation and like the way they chose their songs, it was so on point. I feel like they really, I don't know if they like, I'm pretty sure they didn't like map it out and like talk about it beforehand, because that's the beauty of the versus battle. But I really feel like both of them were so in tune with each other, and they were feeding off each other's energy in such a good way that they were like picking the right songs at the right moment, and they're really giving all the viewers such a vibey and like breezy experience. Like, it was such an easy battle to watch. There were very little technical issues. They weren't no Teddy Riley swag. Like, the sound was good. Like, and can we talk about Erykah Badu, but like her projection of like Bruce Lee movies in the background? It was so fitting. And then she was on her DJ shit. It was so her. And then you had Jill Scott, just sitting at a table, just like, catching a vibe with her beautiful braids, just playing her songs. Like, it was just right. It felt right. So I just want to say that. All right, y'all. So now I talked about what I thought about the versus battle in general. Before I go into who I thought won, let's obviously go into the rounds, and let's match. I want to talk about each round, who I thought won each round, and what they played and how I felt about it. So y'all ready? Let's get into it. All right, y'all. First round was both of them playing "You Got Me," which is a song by The Roots and Erykah Badu. So this is a very interesting round because this is really Erykah Badu's song with The Roots, but Jill Scott wrote the song, and that's actually something I didn't actually know until this versus battle. I had no idea that Jill Scott wrote that song, and it's actually the first song she ever wrote. So this, like I said, this is a very interesting round because they both played this song. Erykah Badu played her version, the version that's more common that we all know, while Jill Scott played her version that she did with The Roots on tour. So it was like a live version of the song. And at the end of the day, I gave this version to Jill because while Erykah Badu's version is more common and we all know it and it's more familiar, and Erykah Badu killed her version of the hook, at the end of the day, I give it to Jill because Jill wrote the song. And can we talk about her live version, like with The Roots? Like, you could tell she was nervous as hell. It was like one of her first performances, like her being new to the scene back all the way back in like probably like 99, 2000. She was like very new to the scene, very new to everything, and she could tell she was nervous performing. But then she got into her operatic vibe performing the song with The Roots, and then she just killed out performance. You could hear it in the live version. Like, yeah, Jill Scott was in her bag with her version of "You Got Me," and she wrote it. So I gave this version to her. It's her song, and she sounds really good on the hook too, and it really feels like a Jill Scott song, even though Erykah Badu killed the hook as well on the official version. So Erykah, I love you, but I did give this round to Jill. But yeah, man, I had no idea Jill wrote that song, so it's just a really cool fact. I love that they were really bringing out a lot of knowledge and a lot of things that a lot of people didn't really know beforehand. So that was another part that I loved about this battle. It was dope. All right, round two, we had Erykah always went first. So at round two, we had Erykah play "On and On," and I'm surprised she brought out "On and On" so quickly. I thought "On and On" would have been like one of her last songs. It's one of her like signature songs, but she brought it out real quick. I'm not mad. It was kind of cool how she did it that way. And then Jill Scott played "Getting in the Way." Another good round, and I gave this one to Erykah Badu. "On and On" is literally one of my favorite like R&B songs of all time. Such a classic record with such a vibe and such a message on it, and so it constructed so well. "Get in the Way" is a great song, but I have to give this round to Erykah. "On and On" is just a different type of record, so this round went to Erykah. Round three, we had Erykah play "Didn't You Know" off of Mama's Gun, and then Jill Scott played "Rolling Hills" off of The Light of the Sun. I was surprised Jill Scott brought out "Rolling Hills." That's a really cool deep cut. That is a song that I really do like. But I don't play all the time, but I really like that song. But you could tell that track meant a lot to her, so shout out to her for bringing it out. But I gave this round to Erykah Badu. "Rolling Hills" is a really cool song with a great message, and it was so produced well and sung well. But "Didn't You Know" was such a vibe. From the instant you start playing it, "Didn't you know, didn't you know?" It's such a vibe. So I have to give this round to Erykah, but this is another good round too. But "Didn't You Know" is just more of a vibe to me. It's just more of a timeless, timeless vibe. So I have to give this round to Erykah. All right, round four, we had Erykah play "Back in the Day" Puff off of Worldwide Underground, and then Jill Scott played "Slowly Surely" off of Who Is Jill Scott, Volume 1. Both great songs, but to me, I don't think Jill should have brought out "Slowly Surely" because that's a nice album track, but to me, it's not one of like, if you give me a list of 20 Jill Scott songs to bring out, I wouldn't have brought out "Slowly Surely." It's a vibe, a cool song, really, but it's like, nah, I wouldn't have brought that out. So obviously this round went to Erykah Badu for "Back in the Day" Puff. "Back in the Day" Puff is such a good song. Give it da 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 da. Back in the day, Puff. To all my smokers out there, y'all know that's a good song, and it's such a vibe in general. "Back in the Day" Puff is a great song, one of my favorite Erykah songs. Such a good vibe, such a good production. I think James Poyser produced that song. But yeah, great song, so I had to give this round to Erykah. All right, now we're on to round five. This is a really tough round because I had two songs that I love. Erykah Badu played "Other Side of the Game" off of Baduism, and then Jill Scott played "Calls," her song with Robert Glasper off of the Black Radio 2 album. Man, this is a hard round. I'm pretty sure a lot of people picked "Other Side of the Game," but I am a stand for the track "Calls." Shout out to JoJo if you're watching this video. So, shout out to one of my friends, Giovanna, and shout out to you, Kamira, too. Yo, we were rocking to "Calls" like on New Year's Eve before the hell before the shit show that is 2020 came through. Me and my friends were rocking to this track on New Year's Eve, and because we all love this track. Calls with Jill Scott and Robert Glasper is such an underrated jam that still goes hard to this day. It is like probably, I feel like it's one of the most underrated cuts of all time. Like what Jill Scott did on that song Calls and what Robert Glasper did on that production, such a vibe, like such a good song. That whole Black Radio and Black Radio 2 album, those albums are two of my favorite albums of all time. So I gave this on to Jill Scott. I know a lot of people love Other Side of the Game. It's a great song. It's a big song for our culture, and I love it too. But I just have a little bit more of an affinity for Calls, so I have to give this round to Calls. Shout out to all my people that stan Robert Glasper as well, and that love that track Calls. Such a good song. Oh my god, I love Calls. Yeah. Oh, I'm not even gonna start singing it for y'all. You make me answer my calls when I call, you come. Such a good song, man. Such a good song. I love Calls. All right, y'all. So that was round 5. Then round 6, we had Erykah Badu play Apple Tree, and Jill Scott play Whenever You're Around. This was another hard round as well because I love both of these records, but I gave this round to Erykah Badu because Apple Tree, I just love that song. I love what it's talking about. I love the way it's produced. It's such a banger. So yeah, so I gave that round to Erykah, but I love Whenever You're Around. So Whenever You're Around is such a funky, groovy track. If Erykah had picked a weaker song, I would have given this round to Jill. But I love Apple Tree so much. So I gave this round to Apple Tree. But both great songs. This is a hard round. Let me know what y'all thought about this round. Alright, round 7, we had Erykah Badu play Time's a Wastin', while Jill Scott played Can't Wait. I gave this round to Erykah. I like both songs, and Can't Wait was actually nominated for a Grammy for Best Traditional R&B Performance. Great song off of the Woman album. But Time's a Wastin' is a song that I actually don't revisit that much either. But when I heard it again, I was like, oh yeah, this is such a good song. Time's a Wastin' is a good song. Like, as a black man, I loved it. Cause she's like, black man, like, time's a wasting, don't waste no more time. Get on your shit, get on your grind, and do what you gotta do. Like, it's such an empowering, impactful song that is so relevant even right now. Like, 20 years later, it's still a relevant song. In terms of like just not wasting the time we have on earth, like being inspired, getting up on your grind and do what you gotta do, not letting like racism and all this other bullshit in life get you down. Like, so Time's Wasting, it's not a track I go to all the time, but when I heard it again, I was like, yeah, I'll give this one to Erykah. Can't Wait is a great song, but I give this one to Erykah because Time's Wasting just hits differently. So this round went to Erykah, but let me know what y'all think. Alright, y'all, round 8. Erykah Badu played Clever off of Mama's Gun, and Jill Scott played Watching Me off of Who Was Jill Scott Volume 1. Both great songs. I gave this round to Jill Scott. I know a lot of people love Clever. I love Clever too. It's a great record, but Watching Me off of that Volume 1 album from Jill Scott, I love that record. That's one of those records where it's like, I forgot how much I freaking love that song. I heard it, I was like, oh shit, I forgot about Watching Me. Watching Me, Watching Me. Yo, if you've not heard Watching Me, go and listen to that song off of Jill Scott's first album. That song is everything. You get Jill Scott in her spoken word bag, and it's giving you a message that even though it was all back in 2000, 20 years later, it still feels relevant about, feeling like the government is watching you and everyone's watching you. Like, and mind you, she came up with that track before social media was a thing. So like, Jill Scott, yeah, Watching Me, great track. I forgot how much I love that song. The production is such a vibe too. Great song. So I get that round to Jill. Let me know what y'all think. Alright, y'all, now on to round 9. Another really difficult round because I love both of these songs. Erykah Badu played Danger off of Worldwide Underground, and Jill Scott played Fool's Gold off of the Woman album. I thought I really would have picked Danger because I love that track, but honestly, y'all, I've always loved the track Fool's Gold so much. I feel like it's definitely one of Jill Scott's most underrated songs, and I had no idea that Sir helped write that song, so I'm glad she gave a shout out to Sir. I also loved all the shouts that Erykah Badu and Jill Scott were giving to all the songwriters, instrument players, producers that they work with throughout the whole career, from Robert Glasper, Sir, Erykah Badu shouted out her main producer, I think his name is James Poyser, I think that's his name. Jill Scott shouted out all the people she's worked with too. Like I loved like all the people that they shouted out that helped them really build all their catalogs. It was amazing. See, I had no idea that Sir helped write Fool's Gold, and I was like, damn, Sir, you better do that. I love Fool's Gold. To me, it's such an underrated track in Jill's catalog, so I gave this one to Jill Scott. I love Danger, but I just love the way Fool's Gold is arranged, the way it's written, produced. It's such a cool, vibey, breezy track that has such a real message. When it comes to like feeling like you were given Fool's Gold in a relationship or just in life in general, and a lot of people can relate to that right now, especially us black people. Like, so it's such a good song. So yeah, I give this one to Jill Scott with Fool's Gold, but let me know what y'all think. This is a hard round. All right, y'all, now on to round 10. This was not a hard round for me. Erykah Badu played Next Lifetime off of Baduism, one of the most classic tracks of all time, and Jill Scott played Honey Molasses off of Who Was Jill Scott Volume 1. Honey Molasses is a cool track, but to me this is also another track kind of like Slowly Surely that I don't think Jill Scott really should have brought out, but you know, it's cool. This round obviously went to Erykah Badu. Next Lifetime is one of the most timeless, like well written or beautifully produced, like just a classic R&B track that is so relevant to so many people that feel like they start catching feelings for somebody that they know they can't really be with, either because they already have somebody or because of something that's just in the way, but you know you want to be with that person but something's in the way. A lot of people can relate to that. Such a timeless message, and it was such a good song. Even like what, 20 plus years later, that song still sounds fresh as hell till today. Such a breezy record, timeless record. Obviously went to the Next Lifetime, so Erykah took this round easily, and if anybody disagreed, let me know why. Do you think Honey Molasses is better than Next Lifetime? Let me know. All right, now on to round 11. This is probably one of the most interesting rounds that happened all night. This was the round of like those deep cuts that a lot of people didn't really know y'all had. Erykah Badu played a song called Today, Earth Song, that I'd never actually heard before. It was a really cool song, so relevant till today. Really important song for what's going on right now. But I think the song was created like back in like the early 2000s. So this track is old as hell, but Erykah Badu brought it out, and I'm glad she did because I had no idea the song existed, and it's a relevant song till today. Great record. And Jill Scott played Jare Me Ko Fa Sola, a really cool hidden deep cut off the Woman album that I love. But I gave this one to Erykah, even though I'm more familiar with Jare Me Ko Fa Jare Me Ko Fa Sola. Even though I'm more familiar with that track, I actually gave this one to Erykah because Today Earth Song, when I heard it, I was like, wow, this is a really beautiful song that just feels so timely right now. So I gave this one to Erykah. But let me know what y'all think. But this is a really cool round. This is the round of like the deep cuts that like nobody really heard like that. All right. And then round 2, we had Erykah Badu pull out I Want You off of Mama's Gun. And then Jill Scott pulled out Love Rain, the remix with Mos Def, also known as Yasin Bey. Shout out to Yasin Bey, or Mos Def, whatever he wants to be called. And I love him, but I actually wish that Jill Scott pulled out the original version of Love Rain, because to me that's the more like well-known version. And to me, I just appreciate the original version more. The remix with Yasin Bey is dope, or Mos Def is dope, but I wish Jill brought out the original Love Rain, because that original Love Rain track is such a good track. Like, one of my favorite songs by her is the original version. But this is a cool round regardless. I gave this one to Erykah. If Jill had pulled out the original, I might have given it to Love Rain. But I Want You to me is a more vibey, dope song than like the Love Rain remix. But both of these are great songs. But I gave this one to Erykah. Let me know what y'all think. This was another hard round as well. But I did give it to Erykah. Alright, next round we had Erykah pulled out Love of My Life and Ode to Hip Hop with Common off of the Worldwide Underground album. And then Jill Scott pulled out So In Love off of the Light of the Sun album with Anthony Hamilton. I like So In Love, it's a cool song, but to me also is another song that I don't think Jill's really needed to bring out, but it was relevant in terms of this is the round where they were both talking about, like, you know, love in general, so it was fitting. But I gave this one to Erykah because Love of My Life is such a, come on, Love of My Life is like one of those songs that's just like a timeless, like everybody knows that song, you know, Love of My Life, like come on, everybody knows that song, such a good song. So I gave that round to Erykah easily. But So In Love is a good song too. So Erykah definitely took that round. Alright, round 14, we had Erykah Badu pull out The Healer off of New America Part 1. And then we had Jill Scott pull out Crown Royal off of her The Real Thing Volume 3 album. Really interesting round with like, because this is another like deep cut round. I haven't heard The Healer in so long. I forgot how good that track is. And the Crown Royal, I think it's so hilarious that Joe brought that out, because and I didn't realize that it really is a universal fan favorite. Like, a lot of people love that song. I love Crown Royal. First of all, I love Crown Royal. Actually, I love Crown Royal. And then just in general, I love that song. Like, it really is one of my favorite Jill Scott songs, and I'm so glad she brought it out, because I remember Taraji P. Henson was talking about it on the Breakfast Club, and I was like, yeah, like, Crown Royal is one of those great songs by Jill Scott that a lot of people just don't really know like that. But on the line, like, a lot of people were talking about, like, yeah, Crown Royal, so I'm glad everyone talked about it. Crown Royal is one of my favorite Jill Scott songs, such a great deep cut by her that a lot of people I really realized really do love, so I love that. I'm glad she brought it out. So obviously I gave this on to Jill Scott, but The Healer's a great record too. The Healer's a great record, but I just have more of an affinity for Crown Royal. So, and you take things, and you dun 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 dun, and you're so thick, and you're so wet. Cool. Jill Scott, you did it on Crown Royal. That's a dope record. That's a dope record. Crown Royal is a vibe, man. Vibe. All right, next round we had Erykah Badu pull out Honey off of New America Part 1 again, and then Erykah Badu, Jill Scott pulled out A Long Walk. This is such a hard round. This was such a hard round because I love both of these songs, but I gave it to Jill Scott because A Long Walk is one of those different type of R&B records that just still hits today like nothing else. A Long Walk is one of the most timeless, well-constructed R&B songs of all time. It's just a vibe. Like, A Long Walk is amazing. It's an amazing record. I love Honey too. I love the production by Ninth Wonder on Honey. Ninth Wonder killed that production on Honey. Honey's such a groovy, funky record. I love it. But Jill Scott had the edge in this round, so I gave it to Jill Scott for A Long Walk. Let me know what y'all think. Next round, round 16, we had Erykah Badu play Bag Lady off of Mama's Gun, and then Jill Scott played Blessed off of The Light of the Sun. A cool round, but Erykah took this easily. Bag Lady is one of those, you know, timeless, amazing songs. So come on, Bag Lady gets the win easily. Even though I do love Blessed too. Blessed is a great record. Shout out to Jill Scott. But Erykah took this round easily. It was one of the most important, like, you know, R&B songs of like the early 2000s. So Erykah took this round easily. Round 17, we had Erykah play Window Seat off of New America Part 2. And then Jill Scott played The Way off of Who Was Jill Scott Volume 1. Erykah took this round from me. I think as more of like I was born in 94, so I'm more of a millennial, but I love Window Seat. Like, I think Window Seat it just means more to me. Like, I just have more memories of that song Window Seat than I do The Way. But I think the older folks would have chosen The Way in this round, but I love Window Seat. So I chose Window Seat for this round. Erykah took this round from me. I love Window Seat. One of my favorite songs by her, and a song that still sounds so fresh and good still to this day. 10 years later, still sounds so good. So yeah, Window Seat, I took this round from me easily. All right, and now to one of the most interesting rounds that we had during this battle. This was the rounds of like the live, the classic, like, you know, legendary live tracks that they both have in their arsenal. Erykah Badu pulled out Tyrone off of her first live album back in '97, and then Jill Scott pulled out He Loves Me, Lizelle in E flat. I'm more familiar with the album version of the song, but Jill Scott played the live version. Both great records. Tyrone is a timeless song that we all know. A staple of R&B culture, track that everybody and mama can relate to, or like, you know, just as like, you know, a song at one point. Even the dudes be singing it too, like low key, like, you know what I'm saying? The dudes be singing the money by themselves, low key. And He Loves Me, Lizelle in E flat. Such a beautiful display of Jill Scott's vocal ability, her emotional, you know, connection on songs. Like, when she really got into her operatic bag on Lizelle in E flat, man, y'all wasn't ready for it. And I'm glad she pulled it out, because she really gave y'all a vocal flex and showed y'all that like she can sing. Jill Scott, like, she has like operatic training, like she can sing, like she's not playing with y'all. So I'm glad she pulled out that ability when she played Lizelle in E flat. He Loves Me. He loves me. Man, it's such a good song. This is a hard round, but because I think Tyrone just means more to the culture, and because it's a song that I probably like will play more often, I gave this round to Erykah Badu. But hard round. This is a really hard round because both of these songs are staples in R&B live culture. But I did give the edge to Tyrone because everybody knows the song Tyrone. Come on, so I give it around to Erykah. And can we talk about the fact that like when Erykah wanted to play Tyrone, her live went out. I think because her battery ran out, or something like that. And when Erykah Badu was gone for a minute, can we talk about the fact that instead of Jill Scott to like just sit there awkwardly or to wait for Erykah, she said, you know what, I got my girl, I'm gonna play her record for her. Jill Scott played Tyrone for Erykah Badu. And mind you, Erykah Badu in my eyes won that round. But can we talk about the like Jill Scott playing Tyrone was like one of the most like beautiful, like selfless, like honorable things I think I've ever seen like someone do. Like, yeah, I got you, I'll play a record for you. Like, cause Erykah Badu was about to play Tyrone, then her shit cut off. And then Jill Scott was like, nah, I got you, I'm gonna play your shit for you. Like, that is so amazing. So shout out to Erykah Badu and Jill Scott for being so humble, and special shout out to Jill Scott for being so like selfless and beautiful and having such a beautiful energy that she's like, nah, I'm gonna play my girl song for her while she's having her, you know, her technical issues. I'll play her song for her. And then Erykah Badu came right back and they finished out the battle. Ain't that something? So that's a lesson for all y'all. That's a lesson for all of us to really be united, and the beauty that comes along with us being united and working together, as opposed to working against each other when any of us occupy, you know, similar lanes and whatever we're doing, whether that's in music, in business, whatever. Like when you see the black person that occupies a similar lane to you, instead of looking at how you can like distance yourself or how you can beat them, y'all need to unite and like use y'all abilities and brain power, y'all resources to work together to unite and just have an even better result in the end. That's a lesson for all of us. Come on. All right. And then the last round, they actually didn't do 20 rounds. They only did 19 rounds, which is interesting. So they both missed a round, which I think they could have easily done another song between both of them, but it was what it is. So their last round, which is round 19, Erykah Badu played Green Eyes off of Mama's Gun, and Jill Scott played Cross My Mind off of her second album. And this also works as somewhat of a tribute to Andre Harrell. I'm gonna talk about it more on my drop episode that I'll do later this month, but rest in peace to Andre Harrell. Rest in peace to Betty Wright and Little Richard as well. But yeah, this is a tribute to Andre Harrell because apparently Andre really was waiting for for Jill to play Cross My Mind during the battle. Before his untimely passing. So I thought it was a beautiful moment for Swizz to mention that, you know, to remind Jill that, yo, Jill, play Cross My Mind for Andre Harrell. And it was a great kind of song to end it all off. So shout out to Jill Scott for doing that. Cross My Mind is one of her best songs. Such a vibe, such a smooth, late night, sexy, romantic vibe. One of her best songs. So I'm glad she played that record. And even though I love Green Eyes by Erykah Badu, I did give this round to Jill Scott because Cross My Mind to me has been way more of an impactful, beautiful record for our generation. So I gave this round to Jill Scott because I love Cross My Mind. And shout out to Andre Harrell too. Alright y'all, so that was me going round for round, talking about what happened in each round during that battle. And if you've been counting, as you can see, obviously my winner for this versus battle was Erykah Badu. But funny enough in itself, I actually was really rooting for Jill Scott, and I actually thought there was a chance that Jill Scott would be my winner. One, because I appreciate her more as an artist, and even though I think Erykah Badu has been more impactful to music, I also think I listen to Jill Scott more, and I like Jill Scott's music a little bit more than Erykah Badu's. But this versus battle made me realize, even though I love Jill Scott's music more, and to me, like, Jill Scott is like my favorite auntie in my head, Erykah Badu took this because, you know, she just has more like upfront, in your face, more impactful records with like woke messages and more like memorable arrangements. Whereas I think Jill Scott has more like laid back, like relaxed, romantic records that just feel good and they age like wine, you know. So that's how the catalogs are a little bit different. So to me, it makes more sense that Erykah won this because she has records that are more discernible in the front of your mind during the battle, and just in general, her records are like way more like they're way more like memorable, like in your face, and their arrangements are so quirky, but like they're very like resonant and timeless. Whereas Jill Scott has more of those records that just feel good, but it might not be like your winner, but like you still love it and just feels good, you know what I'm saying? So that, I feel like that's how they're different. But honestly, they both won. Both ladies won and the culture won because what they show in this battle is that they both have stellar catalogs. They both have amazing catalogs. And they didn't even bring out all of their songs that they really could have brought out too, which is a testament to their catalogs, like I said. And I just love that this versus battle really showed what they've achieved with both of their careers. You know, they've been able to occupy similar lanes, but they both have been able to keep, you know, be respectful of each other and like appreciate each other's spaces and acknowledge each other. And they've worked together, you know. So and shout out to the Sugar Water Festival, which I never attended because I was a young kid at that time, but I hope they can do like a round of that for this generation. But yeah, man, like I said, Jill Scott is my auntie in my mind. She's my long lost auntie in my mind, for real. But I think Erykah took this W, and I can see why. Yeah, it just makes more sense. But both ladies, thank you guys for what you've done for our culture. Thank you for what you've done for the world. Thank you guys for your music, for your essence, for all the knowledge you guys have given us over the years, for the amazing songs, the amazing albums, the amazing performances, the memories. Thank you for everything you guys have done for the culture. Thank you to Erykah Badu and to Jill Scott for this battle, and for your lives and for your work. Thank you both. Thank you both. Thank you both. I can't say enough. Thank you both for what you've done. This versus battle was a brilliant idea. It was perfectly matched, and I think they executed it so well. So many tough rounds that I was just having a hard time picking the winner. And that's when you know it's a good battle, when there's so many rounds where I'm like, I can't pick the winner, because I love both of these songs for different reasons and in different ways. But you know, it was a great battle. But Erykah did take it out in the end. But if anybody who had Jill Scott, let me know, you know, the rounds that you think Jill Scott took, and let me know why you think she won the battle. I would love to know why. Before I end it off, I'm gonna just say the songs I'm surprised that they both didn't pull out, and I'm gonna end it off. I'm really Erykah, I think, handled most of her catalogs. I think she did a really good job. The only song I really wish Erykah pulled out for the kids would have been Phone Down. I really wish Erykah took the opportunity to pull out Phone Down. I really feel like that would have been dope, you know, to kind of remind the kids that she can get into like the, you know, the more modern vibes as well, and not just like the neo soul vibes. So I really wish Erykah pulled out Phone Down for the kids. That would have been dope, but it's all good. And Jill Scott, I'm so mad Jill Scott did not pull out Golden. I was waiting for Golden. I'm like, Jill Scott, why did you not pull out Golden? That's one of your signature songs. In my eyes, that's one of like her biggest songs that like everybody recognizes Jill Scott for. Jill Scott, why did you not pull out Golden? Or did I miss it? Y'all let me know if I missed it. I don't know if I missed it. But Jill Scott did not pull out Golden. I was so mad about that. I was waiting for that song, because to me that would have won that round no matter what. Like, Golden is one of my favorite like songs of all time. That song, you can be in the worst mood. If you put on Golden, you'll feel good, bro. What you mean? Come on, man. Jill Scott, you should have pulled out Golden. I love Slowly Surely and I love Honey Molasses, but like we didn't need those songs. She could have pulled out Golden. And I'm also surprised Jill Scott didn't pull out Hate on Me, or It's Love too. I feel like It's Love would have been a nice deep cut to bring out too. It's Love is such a good song. That production, the vocals, the lyrics, It's Love would have been a great song to pull out. And lastly, So Gone, What My Mind Says, featuring Paul Wall off of the Light of Sun album. I feel like that would have been a nice, like, more like modern track to pull out for Jill Scott as well. But it's all good, you know, it's all good. But I'm not as mad about Hate on Me or It's Love or So Gone, but Jill Scott, you should have pulled out Golden. I'm still mad about that. But I still love you though. I love you. Alright, y'all, so that was my review of Erykah Badu and Jill Scott's versus battle, which went down last weekend in honor of Mother's Day. Let me know what y'all thought about the battle. Were y'all team Erykah or were y'all team Jill? Who do y'all think won? Let me know what you think about all of my opinions on each round. Did you disagree with any of the rounds I had in terms of who won? Let me know down below. Let me know what you thought about the battle in general. What was your favorite part about the battle? Did you have any beef with the battle at all? Let me know down below. Let me know what you thought about, you know, just the event in itself, everything that happens, you know, the people who are commenting. Just let me know what you thought about the battle. Let me know what you thought about the songs they pulled out, or if there's any songs that you think they both should have pulled out that they didn't. Let me know if there are any songs that they did pull out that you think they didn't need to pull out, like I said, like a Slowly Surely or like a Honey Molasses. Let me know down below. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about the battle. And if you haven't already, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as well, okay? Appreciate y'all. Alright, y'all, but I'm about to head out. I got other stuff to do, but thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like I always say, guys, live your best life, drink more water, stay woke, and if you're mad or sad, go listen to your favorite song, make you feel better, okay? Go listen to your favorite song. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. This has been your boy Bright, the R&B kid. Thanks for watching. But for now, I'm signing off, baby. Bye, y'all. Peace.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no, no, no. Relax just a little bit. You don't gotta worry, you can just